And so on that note, we've got our first wealth engineer coming up. Jack, sir. There you go, nice and close to you. All right, so Jack is fairly new to the business. You can see he joined probably in the thick of suffering in January, right? That's when we all suffer the most, is January. After we spent all the money on Christmas presents, you paid for the kids' schooling, they need new uniforms, stationery.
Right.
Tell us about your experience at the beginning of all of this and what it was like.
Thanks, Rob. And then let me first start by, greeting all of you guys sitting here, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, and Rob said, my name is Jack Dolamo. I'm all the way from Wheat Bank. And this business was introduced to me, early in January. Early in January this year. But, I was a little bit skeptical, when my friend, Mr. Mavuma Zega there, phoned me about this business. When he told me about this, I was in the middle of, like he's already said, in the middle of crisis, I was on the verge of losing my car, through repossession because of the previous network which I was in. I was doing this other network marketing business where I was excelling very good in my first and second year, where I managed to earn more than 28,000 rand a month. But now, and then I get myself, into debts, as Rob has already said, that is the good way which we like here. So I get myself into debts, and then not knowing that there were those things which they call the year modes, and then when the year modes kicked in, and then I started earning less than nothing to what I was earning. And then that was very sad, to me. And then I started, losing all my savings, cent by cent, rand by rand. And then eventually Mavuma told me about this business this year in January. And then I was a little bit skeptical. I said to Mavuma, don't play with my, emotions of loving the network marketing business, because he knew that I love network marketing business. And then when he told me about this, the first thing that came to my mind was, the year modes are going to play with me again. And then I said, Mavuma, look, I'm not interested if I'm going to have this, to experience the same, route which I went through. And then he said to me, no, in this business, you won't get that, And then he started sending me these WhatsApp messages, how DewPoint can pay me the 55 rands and the 27 rand 50. And I look at them on the WhatsApp, I said, but this is not professional. I mean, if I'm going to get myself into this kind of business, without any documentations which are, you can hold on to, I'm not going to do this. And then I said to him, Mavuma, give me a little bit of space, my man. I'm just a little bit busy. And he kept on persisting, as he always says, he kept on grinding and then, telling me about it, sending me the SMSs. And then I said, Mavuma, wait a minute. And then in February, he sent me the slides and the link which I went into. And then I got into the website of DewPoint. And then what I saw, it was amazing. And then I said, wow. But, I'm just talking with the website here. I'm not talking to anybody. I need to see this so that I can, have answers, from my questions being answered. And then that is when I said, Mavuma, when can I go for the presentation? And then he said to me, no. The presentation is in Bryanston in Joburg. And then I said, okay, I'll see you there one day, my man. And then in February, I came to the presentation. And then I found Brandon, presenting in. And I said, this guy looks like the one which I saw in the video. And he introduced himself as the founder of this business. And then I said, wow, that's good. And, I went, outside there, with the certificate, DMA certificate, the DSA as well, and with the FSPs as well. And then I said, this is a legitimate business. I can do this. But then I joined in February, and then I was not that much active because of the threats which I had, from my previous network marketing business, telling me that I can't do other business, otherwise they will take away my shares and everything. And I said, wow, these people actually want to see us broke. And I started doing it, very slowly, not trying to, come up and so that everybody can see me. And, when was that? In March. And I started saying, but why can't I just give it a little bit of a push and see what happens? And then I put some few people in there. And then in April, that is when I said, okay, now is the time. And then in April, I started pushing it. And then at the end of April, when I look in the people on my first point, I had more than 20 people. And then I said, this is the business I'm going to build. And then that, as the numbers, doesn't nice, you can see them on the screen here. So my first month, I started earning 935 rand, and then so goes on. And to be honest with you, this Dew Point business opportunity, when Brendan presented it, and then I was like, if everything that he's saying is true, then it shows that it's gonna work. And then after the presentation, I went to Brendan. I said, Brendan, you talked about everything, how you can make money and the incentive conferences and everything, all the rewards here. But now tell me one thing. You didn't mention anything about these year modes here. And then he said, what year modes? I said, no. What will happen to my second year commission, which I'm earning from this Dew Point? And then he said, there is no year modes here, my friend. You earn whatever you have to earn, as much as those people keep on paying for their products. And then I said, is that true? And then he said, take it from me. And then I said, okay, Brandon, I believe you. Now tell me, you spoke about the incentive conference, because I'm someone who likes to go on incentive conferences, I'm telling you. And then I said, you're talking about the incentive conference, and then when is the closing date? And then he said, what closing date? I said, for the competition. He said, no, this is not a competition. We give you the target. If you reach the target and then you qualify to go to overseas, you can take the whole 6 months, or take a year, or take 2 years to qualify. It's up to you. We don't have any they said we don't have any cutoff dates, whatever. And then I said, that is good, Brandon. If I'm getting it from you, if that is the truth, then I'm gonna do the business. I pushed the business, and then up to so far, I've built the good foundation of this business, probably in about 5 or 6 provinces, all over. I've got people, And I always say, there is no I in this business. You can't do it alone. We have to do the business. You work together with your team, and then that is when you'll realize your goals. I've got people from Nelspruit, I know they are live streaming even now when I'm talking to them, Bomam Simelani, I've got people in Pretoria, they are sitting here, the A-team, all the A-team is here, in the house, from Joburg, from KZN, people from Pretoria as well, Pastor Sevilla. We're watching Pastor Sevilla, you must be, get kick-started, So, we've got so many people, which I always say, if we work this together, there was always once someone who said, if you get the 3 branches and then you put them together, and then you try to break them, you won't make them anything. But if you take those 3 branches, you break them one by one, you will manage to break them all. So guys, whether directly or indirectly, as wealth engineers, we are helping each other a lot. So I'm just saying, let's keep the spirit up, and then let's do the business.
Awesome. I think so the why is such a big aspect of this business. Touch on your aspirations for this business. Why are you doing it? What makes you so committed to the business?
The reason actually I'm doing this business is only one, and that is debt. I want to get rid of debt. My previous network marketing business put in me too much debt, and then I want to get out of it. So I'm busy correcting that, and I've got an aim. I was even telling Rob, before the presentation, that Rob, actually what I'm aiming for, is to see myself, at the retirement age, not going to depend on the grant which is being given by the government. I'll be much happy if I'll be at the age of 65, and when I'm looking into my account every month, there will be more than 80,000 rand, coming into my account as from the Dew Point. And on top of that, I've got family. I have to think I was so much fortunate that, I was introduced into these network marketing businesses. And I was, that much fortunate that I was working for one of the biggest companies as well. But now the question is, my children, are they going to be that lucky to have what I had? So if the answer is no, what am I doing for them? So at the moment, I'm building, an asset for them. The business which they will even cherish even after my life, When I've passed, I know I will leave the legacy behind for them to continue.
We have Mr. Englebert Mahlangu from KZN. He's obviously not here this evening, but he's been kind enough to record a voice note for us where he's going to give us some of his testimony. You can see he joined right at the beginning of this business. I think it was a day or two, perhaps the day after we launched this business, Engelbert joined. You can see his earnings by July. Started out fairly moderately. We can look at numbers where incomes double in 30 days. But let me remind you of this. We all work for somebody else, most of us. We're in an economy where we are begging for 7% annual term. Once a year, if we get 7%, we're happy. In this business, you have accountability where you can increase your income on a monthly basis. On a monthly basis, you have to look at this long term. Let's hear what Engelbert's got to say.
Past 12 months were very bumpy for me because of a number of factors, ranging from my poor health, being in and out of hospital time and again. I must also admit that part of some poor decisions I've made in the past also contributed to the slowness of things. It took away the focus, the concentration one is supposed to apply in his own business. And life in general is very bumpy, It's an issue of how do you navigate through it. For me, I had my ups and downs, but I'm happy to say now things are very normal. I'm now working on trying to recover the lost ground, and it can only be better from here. I'm very excited. Moving forward, I'm rebuilding my own front line where I would like to go as wide as I could. I intend wasting no energy supporting those who resist me. And I'd like to build a low maintenance and high productivity type of a team where all partners in our channel, they know Dewpoint more, they understand Dewpoint more, they use all the Dewpoint tools, and they are independent and fully accountable for their businesses. We want to build strong teamwork amongst ourselves where we facilitate the knowledge thereof of Dewpoint as a business. As for my targets, achieving rank 9 is still a priority for me. But if I miss it this year, 28, I know I'll make it definitely. I would not like to achieve rank 9 at an expense of quality and compromise the structure of my business just to achieve it. The road ahead is very, very long. I would like to build strong muscles. I'd like to build a solid foundation to give me momentum to achieve higher and bigger other ranks to come. It's quite strange that I was watching a video at some point in one of our seminars, I think, where we saw that there's still 28 ranks to go. It would take some doing. It would take some architects, some proper building structure to achieve that. What also gives me comfort is Dewpoint, it's a 2-year to a 5-year business. We hardly 2 years, so it's early days. I think let's lay a good foundation. I believe in Dewpoint providing me a powerful, solid retirement plan for me. So I have a good 5 to 6 years, 8 years and beyond to do that. It's very, very interesting. It's very, very exciting. We are all looking forward. I can't imagine or think of anything better than Dewpoint. But you got to love it. You got to have the interest of those whom you work with. Let's move together. This we can do. In our line of duty as Dewpointers, as we share with others about the opportunity, There are more no's out there. And a friend of mine once said, a no means next one. So do not worry when you see a no. Let's commit, let's focus, and let's perfectify the art of constructing Viewpoint. Whatever rank you are, slow or fast, let's do Viewpoint the proper way. Let's create a positive atmosphere out there around Viewpoint. Let's create a good story to tell. I'd like to mention a few members, true leaders in our team, through whom we're so excited and so fortunate to work with. Our Smoiponi, do justice in Free State. Mrs. Moletsani, let's get Matatele talking. Mr. Ngiba, Mr. Mtetwa, our evergreen Mrs. Zimema, we are still warming up in Durban. I want to say to the rest of the Viewpointers out there, this is only phase one of so many other phases to come. It's early days. True leaders are still to come. I think true leaders are still to be discovered. The road ahead is very long, and all the best. Thank you.
We're near the end, but we've got a superstar coming up onto the stage. Nkanyezi, come up. There you go. Welcome.
Thank you.
From Boksburg, right? Hey, all the good people come from Boksburg. Charlize Theron, or was she Benoni?
Yeah, all the stars come from me.
All right, so you joined very recently, at the end of March, April, May. By May, 2,500 Rand a month. Certainly you were not happy with 3 plus 2.
Definitely not.
Express your experience of this business. I know it started well before your joining date. So tell us the story of joining, your first impressions of the business. Let us know how it all began.
Okay. Thanks to Pumi, who introduced me to this amazing business. But it didn't start off very well. Pumi approached me on Facebook and on my inbox. I wasn't impressed, to say the least. But I listened to her. It went south. It didn't go well at all. So she decided to leave me alone. Few months down the line, I think you approached me in December. A few months down the line, a friend of mine was talking about Viewpoint. It rang a bell, and this friend of mine is high up, in terms of education. So I said, if she's talking about this, there must be something good in this. So I listened. I listened and I said, but no, man. Pumi spoke to me about this. And she said to me, yes, actually, Pumi introduced me to it. I said, all right, I'm going back to Pumi. As I was speaking to my friend, I was messaging Pumi on the side. Girl, tell me more about Viewpoint. She had already told me, but I didn't give her a chance to. So that was my journey with Viewpoint. But Pumi said to me the next day, come and have and listen to what Viewpoint does. Got on my car, drove here. I walked in at the gate. When I stopped at the gate, I had already decided this was my business. I was impressed by the building itself. And I had decided, before I walked in there, I knew I wanted to be part of this. When I walked in, Rob was presenting the business. I sat down. I was impressed by Rob. When he was presenting, I said, I want to do that one day. I'm very shy. Believe you me, I'm very shy. Standing up here for me is a mission. But what Rob was doing, I said, if I can be on that stage in a few months' time and tell my story. So I looked at him and I said to Pumi sitting next to me, before I even joined, I said, I'll be up on that stage. She laughed at me. She said, join first. So that day I joined. The excitement was killing me. I was driving. All I was thinking, who am I going to speak to? I needed those 3 people. Actually, it was 3 people, but I wanted 10. I said to myself, I can do this. I will show them I can do this. I got home, spoke to a few people, all said no. Not even one said yes. A few, probably about 10. I was discouraged a bit. Discouraged, and I thought, and then the next month, I didn't do anything for my business. Nothing. What you see here is literally 2 months' work that I decided. I called Pumi. I said, okay, I'm ready. I didn't even pay my first premium, by the way, because I was very skeptical. I was like, and then like 2 days later, I said, no, I just woke up that day and I said, today I'm doing it. This is in May. And I called Dew Point. I said, redebit. Now I'm working. Now I'm going to start working. And that's how my journey began with Dew Point.
Wow. Well done to Pumi for her determination. Very tenacious lady. So what is your experience? You said you only decided to get involved. You asked Dew Point to put you back in, redebit you. Mm-hmm. So skeptical at the beginning, even once you joined, even after you got excited about seeing the facilities. What has your experience been since really getting engaged in May? So what has May, June, and July been like for you?
To be quite honest, it hasn't been easy, but it's doable. You know, if you set your mind to doing something, you can literally you can move the world. I decided, I'd done other networks before, but I said this time, this is mine. I knew I can do this. I sat down, if you take a business and treat it as a business, be the CEO of the company, wake up in the morning and say, I am going to engage my board members. We are going to work. So the first thing that I do, I get up and I speak to my team. Dew Point gives us a target.
Well,
Not necessarily a target, but they say if we grow at 3+2, you know, and I said to my team, we're not doing that. We are not doing that because this is how I want to grow. You know, I want to grow fast. I want to make sure I teach my team to grow as fast as me. So I said to them, no 3+2. We're doing it 5+5. We're doing it 5+5. You know, I'm not saying people should not do the 3+2, but it's your business. It's doable. If I can do it, anybody can. You know, one thing I can tell you, it's not about a lot of people. Pumi keeps saying this. It's not about a lot of people. I have experienced it. It's about quality people. It's about quality that you bring in. You know, I in my first month, I brought in a lot of people. Not good quality. Not good quality. And I learned my lesson and I said, okay, we're going back to the drawing board. We're going to do this better because I want to double my income, hence the numbers. And this time I focused on quality. This time I have quality people that I'm going to get qualified. There's no need of being in the business if you're not qualified. We have people that sit in for 2 months and not qualify. It's only 3 people. It starts in your head. You know, believing in yourself is crucial in this business. You know, I say self-doubt. Doubt kills a lot of dreams before they even begin. So I said to myself, I can do this. I've failed before. I'm not going to fail. This is my stepping stone for my kids' future. I've given myself a target of 3 years to be debt-free, completely debt-free, I mean bond, cars, everything paid. So through Dew Point, I've realized I can do that. If I can do that in 2 months, it means we can, you know, we can conquer. So definitely.
yeah, you mentioned something earlier today that I was astounded at. We talk about the business not being easy. I mean, you said you had an audience of how many people? I've
I've presented to over 100 people. Over 100 people. Only 2 people decided to take the opportunity.
And you didn't quit?
No, it actually said, I am going to come back better than before. I am going to show people that didn't take this opportunity that it's durable, it's real. I will stand up in the stage and tell them. Today I'm telling them, it is doable, come back. It's definitely doable.
Exactly. That's what you told Pumi in, when was it? December.
Yeah, I told her to.
Go away.
But then I came back to her because I saw what she was doing and I wanted to be where she was. And I'm getting there slowly.
Yeah, it just requires that persistency.
It's
so
persistence,
do you have
yeah.
a message for your team? We give everyone the opportunity to...
Definitely do. Amazingly, I'm based in Joburg, but I'm growing a team, especially, I'm growing a team everywhere in South Africa. But I'm growing especially in KZN. Zongi, you know what to do, my baby. You are growing, you are coming, you are proof that anyone can do this. You started from zero, nothing. You didn't even have the money to join the business. But you said, you know what? I will find, it's only 274, guys. 274. She said, I will find the 274 and I am going to work. She's rank 3, by the way, today. And she's coming strong. Lindy in Pietermaritzburg, baby girl, you are coming strong. I'm proud of you. I am proud of you. You are a hard worker. People think just because you're a chatterbox, you can do this. It's harder than they think, but keep going. Being persistent. Guys, use the Dew Point tools. You will never, ever go wrong. We have perfect tools in position. As long as you do it the Dew Point way, you won't go wrong. Bangeni, we're coming there slowly. I'm proud of you guys. Hang in there. We can do this. Gauteng, get ready. I'm here. I'm proof that it's doable. I am proof that in just a short space of time, you can do this. Get ready because I'm coming for you. If you think this was a joke, if you see my page going on and on and on and on, this is what I'm talking about. Get ready, guys. We can change our lives. Let's get out of our comfort zones. It's never too late to start. If you miss this opportunity, go back to the person that introduced you to this business. What I like about Dew Point is the fact that there is no stock in your boot. No worry of where am I going to get the 3,000, the 2,000. You're not going to follow people around for money. It only starts with 274, 299. It's your decision. Make the change today. I'm talking to us especially. Us. Women, next month it's August. Yeah. It's our month. Yes. Let's show them. Let's show them in Barota that we can do this. Yeah. We will do this. Yeah. Let's finish July hard and start our month better. Yeah. Thanks, Rob.
Awesome. Thank you.